decide whether it's correct or not. It is not going to work. Why prolong the agony of people?
Even not party the High Court will have to hear it, so let's forget about the affidavit. Yes.
I agree. How long will you take?
Well, not, we were not made party in the High Court while this matter, this appeal was decided.
No.
Because reservation also
in one sentence, the issue is whether a meritorious reserve category candidate who takes the benefit at a qualifying stage and not in the final termination of merit is to be considered in a general category or reserve category only.
And they said,
I would not put it and this is answered by four
very recent.
Yes, Malas. Where he said you have to go by the rules. And this very rule, Malas, has been considered by this honorable court and an interpretation which in my respectful submission.
Who is saying that we will not hear you now?
We're not closing.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out this side.
Yes.
How much time will it take? The other side?
At least two.
May I suggest, Malas, give us 10 minutes first and then maybe 2 hours may not be required. 5 minutes, Malas, I'll show 2 judgments, Malas.
There is some need of filing a reply of this affidavit.
Put in a written submissions and then it will be quicker.
Yes.
We can put in a written submissions all of us and then we can then touch upon and then quicker.
How many of you would argue really? 10 of you?
I will, Malas, I will
And 10?
We'll
2 pages each.
Very well.
We've already done that.
20 pages.
In fact, a lot of combined written submission is already being filed.
We'll keep it 2 weeks.
A combined written submission has already been filed. Nodal counsels were appointed on both sides not about a year ago, and combined written submissions on both sides have already been filed, which have been taken from respective parties, and a compilation is already filed.
That is a different thing. Of course, not to hear it separately.
Madam, we'll hear you. If we require a different judgment to be delivered for your case. So by next Tuesday, please hand over your written submissions.
Mullah, if I may,
Five from this side, 5 from this side, into 2, not more than 20 pages.
Very
Mullah, if I may, written submissions have already been filed on both sides.
Yes. And even those
Even filed by earlier, Mr. Counsel, now after filing a affidavit by the state government, the situation has changed. It is need to file after written submissions.
6 man on your side.
Lord, what will happen is, after your Lordship's order, there will be 6 more on this side and 6 more on that side. That's the problem. So,
why 6 more on that side?
Because Lord, there are a total of 47 matters here. Today we are only 5 of us here and 5 the rest have not bothered to turn up. But my Lord, when your Lordship fixes,
we are not going to allow.
Yes,
matter is on the list.
Let the hammer fall today.
5 this side, 5 on this side.
That's right.
Next Tuesday.
And just one request, Lordship may consider.
Who will be also in issue, more than 5.
That is for you to decide.
Last
That is for you to decide. Mr. Kamath, you remember that other matter, West Bengal matter?
Yes. That you
said,
given us 10.
give us 15 glaring cases.
Yes. So
You could not make even 15.
Yes.
Lordship may consider Tuesday week.
10 of us will not, it will not be.
No, you just want the written submission
By
to be
Tuesday,
filed,
and then
thereafter we fix it.
Obliged.
We will look into it whether you have honored our request or not.
What I would suggest, if your Lordship will permit.
Sir, there are private parties on either side.
That is what I was trying
And the
to
Mr. Good here for the government. So, 5 plus 5 plus 1.
What I would, if your Lordship permits, because it is our case that it's squarely covered by 4 judgments. So in my submission, I'll annex those judgments separately and just highlight the relevant paras. So it's not you don't just have to go back to a book.
Right. Judgments you can annex?
Yes. Lordship,
Let the parties who are on record advance their submissions, thereafter we proceed.
They were the petition, because the part, they were those.
So our judgment in that Rajasthan High Court have anything to do with this?
There are more direct judgments, let me see that. Your Lordship is right, Malaj. Yes, that is also on MRC, etc. Malaj. I had assisted your Lordship on the other side of that. But Malaj, there are more direct judgments specifically interpreting the same rule.
Because there were parties who were writ petitioners in the High Court who have not been made parties here. We were the writ petitioners there who have not been made parties. So we are directly affected. So we have to be allowed, with respect, to address your Lordship. It can't be that we are the writ petitioners and not made parties here. Here, Lordship, please.
But at this point of time, let the interveners that file an
Next Tuesday, only to get your written submissions.
Right.
Looking at the written submissions, we'll fix that.
Very well.
Malaj, if I may.
Malaj, may I have the liberty to just, Malaj, make one submission, Malaj?
Sir, we have said, let us first hear the parties on record. Thereafter, hear the interview.
Malaj, may I have the liberty to make one submission, Malaj?
Who is submitting from which side? We don't.
Malaj, may I have, Malaj?
Madam,
Malaj, for the state, Malaj, if your lordships will permit, my colleagues have, Malaj, rejected the affidavit otherwise that we have placed. But if your lordships will see the affidavit, we have actually put a list of almost 9,500 people who can be accommodated after seeking some directions from your lordships. So my lords may keep, Malaj, because we have made a submission, we have put the difficulties that we have because of other judgments. But the lists are there, my lords, and the list will accommodate almost 9,500 people.
I'm wondered on last occasion, my lord. May I make a submission, my lord? On last occasion, my lord have said that those who are in the service, they are not going to be disturbed. And if a state is willing to accommodate all those persons who might have come into the list, if the list were redrawn, the number is, the state is assuring that we are going to, then for what purpose this exercise is going to be done, my lord?
So, my lords, the last order your lordships had.
One thing is, when the state is only publicized the 9,000, the state must be publicized those lists who have already been appointed. There is one thing, they have been
less meritorious have been accommodated. So then the problem is solved. We can all go home smiling. That could be
already been appointed.
The main problem is
The state is willing to accommodate those persons who are already, who would have been in the list if the list is redrawn.
So, my lords, let me make this clear, my lords. My lords, your lordships recorded in the...
Names are not there in the list.
If your lordships will have that, my lords, and kindly have the last order. Our, my lords, our submission to your lordships were that whoever comes in the redrawn list, if your lordships will have the last order and then the
people who didn't join and have been put back in this.
My lords, we have put the entire facts before your lordships.
Please kindly have a look at the paragraph, lordship.
My lords, these are separate categories. If your lordships will have, permit me to place.
The affidavit is not very clear.
My lords, if your lordships, if my colleagues can permit me to place it.
It's spread over 9 paragraphs. We'll take only 3 minutes.
Well,
way of saying that repeating the service is different.
are being considered here? No.
We don't know.
So that
You just now made the submission.
Yeah, 4,009 minutes.
page 3, paragraph 3B. Paragraph 3B.
My lords, we could not have ousted these on our own, my lords. We have presented complete factual basis before your lordships.
4946 candidates were included in the previous merit list but did not assume charge. However, these candidates are now included in the new redraft.
So, my lords, my respectful submission is, we could not have ousted them on our own, my lords. We have presented the entire factual basis before your lordships. The list is redrawn in terms of the merit. If your lordships direct now the entire factual.
Madam, is it a fact that you offered appointment to them but they did not accept?
Yes, it says so. They were included in the previous merit list, but did not assume charge at that time. We have disclosed the complete facts, but in terms of merit.
And they cannot take charge. If they are excluded,
Yes.
when is the question of taking charge?
Yes. No, my lords, they were included in the merit list and they did not assume charge.
They were included in the merit list. They were issued offers.
Yes, my lords.
They did not accept.
That's right, my lords.
After the first counselling, these are the candidates who were offered appointment after the
Let
first
us be
counselling.
clear on this.
Yes, ma'am. So, my lords.
4946, you can clarify upon taking instructions. If somebody has been offered appointment, he
Yes,
doesn't
ma'am.
join by the stipulated date.
Yes.
Why should you consider him again?
So, my lords, if your lordship so direct, it can be removed. But on merit, they are high, so we had to present it before your lordships, my lords.
But on first round counseling and second round counseling, they not accepted their appointment.
My lord, the only affected persons are these 3,320.
And further, the state is not in position. In further, the state is not in position. How can they will adopt the case of given by this honorable court in Devesh Sharma? The Devesh Sharma, the case of Devesh Sharma,
5,000 are these.
those persons who having the B.Ed qualifications have already been appointed, and those persons who have not been.
And an undertaking was given to the High Court that it will be done.
The state has filed and after that.
Well, this 5,000 has created an entire problem, madam. If they remove 5,000, there will be no problem, madam. The matter can be solved. Everybody can go smiling, madam. Two category, 1,207 plus 1,240 by the High Court's order.
Of the SLP paper book, vacancies are more than 2 lakhs. I'm still reiterating it. Vacancies are more than their own document at page 745. SLP document page 745. State of UP's own document. Vacancies are more than 2 lakhs. They're still not willing to accommodate us. We are all meritorious. We have all passed the exams. All that
I will file your written notes.
Yes.
Let us apply all mine.
My lords, even on B.Ed and BTC, my lords, because there is a judgment of your lordship's court, my lords, we can't include it, my lords. It will need directions from your lordships. But my lords,
Use the next once again. We have indicated that written submissions, filed number from either side, as well as written submission on behalf of the state of Uttar Pradesh may be filed by Monday next. On looking into the written notes of submissions, we propose to fix the date of hearing.
So a compiled written submission has already been filed about a year ago. There were nodal councils appointed from sides.
The interveners will be heard after the parties on record have advanced this. We'll hear. It's for our consumption.
Not required, my lord.
Again, submissions will create conflicts. You have your own case, you set out. They have their own case, let them set it out, we'll consult.
Very grateful, Lordships. Very grateful.
Because there are two. Well, as in item 14, I am requesting for a short pass.
13.64, it was tagged, but notice was not issued in 13.64, my lordship.